go. Good deal. All right, well, I started a new live stream, but I have 0 people on it right now. It just would not come back. I had to shut it off. Yeah, eventually. Well, that other live stream, because I didn't turn it off, it's still running. People all over commenting. There's one person.
There's one person.
You got 2 people. All right, there you go.
Yeah, you get about 4 minutes, I think.
About 10.
When you lose the stream, there's about 4 or 5 minutes they're sitting there chatting away.
Yeah, I've noticed about 10 minutes. Yeah. There's 17. All right, they're all coming back. Hi, here we go. All right. Sorry, folks. It just the phone. I've got four bars. I got 3 bars right now. 3 bars of 5G coverage right here on this phone. So that's the same on that phone. And it just buffered. Just quit. And I wait. It never came back. So finally I just had to shut it off and start a new stream up. So. Anyway, just to touch on what Ron was talking about, he was talking about his blisters, and he got just real short because these people didn't hear any of that what you were talking about from your and your new walker at Whiskey Tom, or what was his name?
Whiskey Tango is his handle.
Whiskey Tango. Okay, what happened? Where did they come from? What happened again? I mean, kind of give you start that over.
They sold their home out of the state of Washington.
Mm-hmm.
I think just several months back, and they bought a pull behind Jayco trailer. I think it's about a 26-foot trailer.
Right.
And they hit the road.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, they're both retired, and they wound up. They went for the winter. They were down there in Quartzsite, Arizona, and then they went back up, and we're in Cold Spring Station down in the middle of the desert. And they saw Patty, Tom's wife, saw the beach, and she's like, "Oh my God, I love that thing."
Did they know anything about? Did they just stumble across you, or did they know about the
No,
walk?
they just stumbled across. They saw a sign on the back of the beach with the Cold Spring Stations fronted us 3 nights stay.
Yeah.
I walked in there. I wasn't planning on staying.
Yeah.
We were planning on just staying the night in the parking lot out there on the side. And it was weird because I walked in, and the owner of the place, George, walked in. He said, "So how are the blisters?"
Yeah.
So I kind of smiled. He smiled back. He says, "I've been waiting for you."
Okay.
So George, he says, "I'm giving you 3 nights stay here, And I went, "Oh." So that's when we decided to do these little short chunks until I toughened up my tender skin, if you will.
Yeah.
And so we had stopped 6 miles short of Cold Spring Stations and marked the mile marker, and then came into Cold Springs. So we stayed there that first night. That's when Patty saw the Beechwood and come in and says, you guys got to talk to my husband. He's just going to freak out. And later on in the afternoon, he come over, and he's like, "Oh man, I love what you're doing. I love the cause, and is it okay if I walk with you tomorrow?"
Yeah.
I said, "Absolutely." So then the next morning, we all went back to that 6 mile short and walked back to the Cold Spring Station. So we did that first 6 miles, and then the second night we walked 6 miles. And then drove back to the station and spent another night.
Yeah,
So
we
were just using it like a home base. And so for 3 nights there. And then they said, on the third day, Tom walks up and says, "Okay, we're joining you." And they packed up everything there at their campsite, got the trailer hooked up, and then next morning they were following us out of the station to the next point that we were going to. And which started getting across the Pony Express, Overland Stage Ruins, and stuff like that. Just worked our way here to Austin. So we picked them up right in the middle of the desert, and then we've got some other folks that chased us down from Oregon, that came in from Klamath Falls to join.
Yeah.
So they're with us now. They came in, and that's Juniper and Texas Girl, and Juniper has these grills and everything, and then just the last 2 nights' food has been awesome. Did pork chops, corn on the cob, red baked potatoes, and all of that on the night before last. And last night we had pork loin with the same thing, corn on the cob and potatoes. Just it's rubs and seasonings and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So it's really looking super.
Yeah. I gotta deal with something here real quick on my channel or on my stream here. I got Based Retard is his handle. Based Retard. He says, I subscribed to this channel because of the trucker convoy. Seems like nothing was accomplished and we ended up with more and more brown people. At least guys like you got a bus out of the deal. All right, Based Retard. Yeah, you labeled yourself perfect on that. So yeah, it's just, and I don't understand what's this. It ended up with more brown people. I don't what brown. What I don't. You know, it just there's some idiots like I didn't want to. I didn't want to block him because I wanted to read that first before somebody else blocked it. But I did not get a bus out of the deal. Okay, I bought this bus with my money. I've had money. I don't, you know, there's some people that look at the convoy like people like me and Joe and people, you know, and other streamers. Oh, you just went on just to make a whole bunch of money on the convoy. But,
Right.
no, I didn't go on the convoy to make any money. There was some money made, yeah, but that wasn't my motivation. And it just, I don't know. Some people, God forbid, you might make a fucking dollar, you know, whether it's the convoy or anything, you know, it just, some people are just jealous because they can't seem to do anything right in their freaking life. And they're jealous of anybody that's done anything good with their life, you know?
Yeah.
You know, and
it's interesting how they go off on us.
Yeah.
The other ones are sitting 9 out of 10 times they're sitting in mama's basement.
Exactly. In their underwear.
Warriors not able to do a damn thing.
Yeah.
They don't have any gumption.
Eating Cheetos and then going to the doctor saying, "Gee, why is my pecker orange?" You know the joke on that one. But
Yeah.
you know, it's just, you know, and the thing, Mr. What was your name again? Let me see if somebody blocked him. Maybe, I don't know. Based Retard, right here. Based Retard. The thing is, you wouldn't dare say a freaking thing like that to me in my face. You know, you're it just. I want to see what some of the other people have said. Don't feed the trolls. Okay, it just pisses me off, you know. It just that jackasses like that. Stan, you need to go into Deaf Ants and listen to what he has been saying about you. He's close. Okay, no, I don't want to go to Deaf Ant or whatever. You know, they're idiot people. They're just absolute idiot people. Don't feed the trolls, right? And see, another thing is, since I restarted the stream, I haven't went out to the computer.
Oh,
and
you didn't get the subscribe button active.
The subscribe button and the 2-minute limit, you know, on your on the thing. I do subscribers only, and a 2-minute. You know, you can only comment every 2 minutes, and right now it's wide open. So I got Don Trump on there, and I don't know who else is. Don, I think you're the only.
Subscribe to become the chatters.
Yeah, Don, I think you're the only.
What's really interesting about that, Stan, is that you know they wait for the time where you don't turn on the subscription to
Right.
allowing comments. But it's the subscribers.
Yeah.
That I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of the subscribers know exactly what a troll is.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot that don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're like really concerned when a troll comes in there and starts spewing their crap.
Yeah,
And,
Don, you're the only moderator on here right now. I think maybe Lisa's on here somewhere. I don't see her yet, but anyway, Don, you're the only moderator. So you know, and there's no safeguards right now. So you get to work. Now, bye troll. Bye. But it's like these trolls. They get in there. They're like, well, you know, you got to buy a new bus because you made a bunch of money on a convoy. I'm like, no, I already had money. You know, it's like, you know, the amount of money I made on the convoy is minuscule compared to what I make trucking. You know, I mean, and the thing is, I don't want to sit there. I don't want to sit there and tell anybody because, for one, Ron, how much money did you make in the last 10 years? It's none of my freaking business.
Yeah, right.
You know,
Right.
Mr. Bastard, what's his name? What was his? He's blocked now, so I don't know what his thing.
I'm sorry, I was saying based idiot. But
Based retard, based retard. Yeah, he just, you know.
he got your button pushed.
Well, no, it's just I saw that and I'm thinking, you asshole. I mean, just my God.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, I love it. They said, you know, they'll come out there and the trolls will come out on even on my channel, for instance, and they'll sit there and say, he just doesn't want to work anymore.
Yeah.
He just don't want to work anymore.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you come out and walk?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You know.
You know, it's like, hey, I can make, you know, as well as I do. We can take one load in the truck, being owner operators, owning our own thing. We can take one load, one day, and at the end of the day, we got $1,200 extra in our pocket.
Mm-hmm.
You know, on average.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, we're not driving truck anymore because we don't want to work. Okay, so put a little common sense to it, shall we? You know, it's like when we drive truck as owner operators, we can do, I don't know, somewhere in after fuel and everything, we're sitting around between $3,000 and $4,000 a week. So, yeah, we just gave all that up to become YouTubers.
Yeah.
And make $500 a week.
Yeah. You know how much money I made? Just give you an idea. You know how much money I made on YouTube last month? I'll tell you what I made last month.
I haven't even looked on mine.
I made $1,400 in a whole month. A whole month, I made $1,400. I can make $1,400 in one day driving a truck. So no, I'm not. You do it to YouTube money to get rich. You know, it's just. But you know,
they see these great big YouTubers that are $1 million YouTubers.
Yeah, they got 1 million subscribers.
And you turn around and they say, well, you know, you're just trying to tap into that YouTube market and make yourself a YouTube millionaire. And it's like, well, okay, well, you know, that's not the world we live in. You know, it's like some of the kids today say, what are you going to be when you grow up? I'm going to be a YouTuber. I'm going to be rich. And it's like, really? Yeah, those YouTubers that have those big channels making those $1 million things, the advertisement and all that, they hit it when the boom was hitting.
Well, they got into it.
Millionaire.
They got into it early when YouTube was really doing good and got a lot of subscribers. And actually, the thing is, they work on those channels a lot more than just on the camera. They do a lot of background stuff.
They got production teams.
Exactly.
On those channels.
Right. You know, and but they've worked their butt off to get to the point where they could hire a production team. You know.
Yeah.
And you know, people that do the editing and all that kind of stuff, and you know, whatever. You know. But yeah, I don't. My YouTube it's a hobby. You know, it's and the thing is, and one of the things I like about it is I've had hobbies before. I used to do the remote control airplanes. You know.
Yeah.
You know, going down to the RC parks and flying planes and stuff. And I got into a lot of the different stuff. I had a couple cars. I had airplanes. I had a helicopter. You know, I had several of them, and it's an expensive little hobby to have, and it cost me money. YouTube I put about the same amount of time and effort into the YouTube, and instead of spending that money, I actually make the money. You know, so it's one of the few hobbies I've ever had that I actually make a couple bucks on. But truth be known, most of the money that I make on YouTube, I turn right around and spend it on camera equipment and stuff. You know, it's just every time a new GoPro comes out, I go buy a new GoPro.
You know, yeah. I mean, sure, there's exceptions to that rule where you may make a super chat or a super sticker or something like that where somebody's helping you out. But a lot of that would turn around and be put into some kind of a cause that you're on, like the mechanics cause, you know, or the pizza, you know, on the Convoy, you know, that kind of stuff. With that money maybe coming in, you may see in these big super stickers, but then you're turning around and turning it into cash. And a lot of people don't realize those super stickers are only paid out once a month, right?
Well, yeah.
So,
but no,
you're taking that cash and going out and paying the pizza guys, right?
Yep.
Or you're turning around and you're paying, like when I was in Fresno, there was nobody, you know, there was a lot of folks in the Convoy because we didn't set up a kitchen. They needed to eat. So I had taken a lot out of pocket for dinner and for breakfast, and it took a whole bunch of people over to the Arby's and to the chicken place and everything else and fed them.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. People don't see that. They're sitting there watching the chat, and they'll see a super sticker come across, or a super chat, or whatever come across, $50 or $100 or $10 or whatever, and they sit there and add that up. My God, he made $800 today on YouTube. Yeah, that was for about a week. You know,
Yeah.
during the convoy when we first got to Hagerstown. That first week at Hagerstown was a good week. I'll grant that. It was a pretty good week.
Sure.
But they don't see all the money that I gave away to other people. You know, I mean, just a little, just all the little things that I did and that never mentioned, never brought up to, but just an example. An example. We got to Little Rock when we were heading west. We went to California. We got to Little Rock and we stopped there at the utility trailer dealership.
Yeah.
And Trucker G and Mike and me and Marcus and whatever, we all went over to the racetrack because we were invited over to the racetrack. So before I left, I went over and I gave
on the firefighters and law enforcement recognition day, I think,
right.
or something like that.
Well, yeah, because what happened was one of the racers, one of the racers at the track was a cop, and he come out and raced on the weekends, you know, and he got killed in the line of action, line of duty.
Yes.
8-10 years ago, and every year on the anniversary of his death, I think, or something like that, they had this law enforcement for all law enforcement, not just him, but that was just a thing that racetrack did. And we just happened to be there that week, and and they heard about the convoy, and they said, "Hey, would you like to come over and be a part of that?" So we went over, and I just drove around and you know, Mike and whatnot. They talked, you know, they did a little speech and everything, but I just drove over there because, you know, I was invited to go over and drive around in the lot or on the track. But no, before we left, we got over to the North Little Rock, the utility there, and I can't remember Squirrel. Remember that girl Squirrel?
Yeah, Freedom Squirrel.
Freedom Squirrel, yeah. Anyway, I gave her, oh God, I don't know, it was like $350, $400 or something like that. I says, take these people over and get showers for people. You know, and most people don't know about stuff like that, you know, because I didn't, I might have mentioned it or something like that, but I didn't go on and on about it. But I did that a lot. I mean, constantly, you know, somebody would give me one of those little credit card, little gift certificate cards to, I don't know, one of the Sheets, you know, Sheets gas stations. Well, I'll never use that because I'm not going to be Sheets are up in the Northeast for the most part, and I'm probably never ever use that card. Somebody give me a $25 gift certificate, and I'd walk over to somebody in a car and give it to them. And that way they can go down, you know, I don't know if they can buy gas with it, but they can go down and buy something, you know, at the Sheets, you know. And you know, so I gave so much of that stuff away. You know, people gave me stuff, and I turn around and give it, just pass it on down the line, you know.
I did too. I had some, you know, like shell cards and stuff like that were donated in Adelanto as I was getting ready to go. Well, I'm not getting diesel fuel at Shell, for instance. And along the way, there would be some people that would join in. They were on empty and couldn't make it to the first day of fueling. The convoy would be fueling. I'd give them the cards. Say, there's $50. Go get yourself some fuel. Yep. You know, and I did that several times as well. I just give out the gift cards and said, you know, or somebody would say, you know, I'm hungry, and you know, and I just got here, and you know what? Take this card. Here's a McDonald's card. Go and get yourself some Mickey D's. You know, and take care of your family. Yeah. And then the folks that were leaving the convoy that didn't have their fuel to go home, and I'd give them a card, whatever card I had, I'd give them a card and say, you know, go home. If this isn't for you, you need to take care of yourself first. You got to take care of your family first. Get in that car, use this card, go get some gas, and go home. Go to where you're safe. And people, like you said, Stan, there's so many people that are out here, these trolls that come out here, and they confuse the good people because they're trolling. You know, they're trying to plant seeds of dissent and make us look like we're a word you learned on the convoy for the first time, grifters. Yeah. And
I'd never heard that word before. I'd never heard that word. I didn't know what it meant. I thought they were saying drifter. You know, and I'm like, no, we're not drifters. All these people have stuff. You know, they're on this convoy because they want to be on the convoy. It's not like, you know. And then somebody, you know, talking about grifters. You know, I'm like, and I learned what the word meant. And then I'm like, yeah, I suppose there's a few people out here that are drifting, but you know, the majority of people weren't. You know. So anyway, that's
right.
Whatever. You know, and you know the good thing and the bad thing. You know the good thing and the bad thing about the Convoy. The good thing is we're still talking about it. Okay, even you know here 2 years from now we'll probably still be talking about it. It was a momentous time and it was history of the making. You know, and it was a momentous time of because I mean I can remember as a truck driver. I remember before I started. This is back in the '70s, but when during the oil crisis in the '70s, there were all kinds of truckers did all kinds of protests and convoys and lockdowns and shutdowns and whatever during the '70s. I remember they shut the turnpike in Indiana and Ohio Turnpike. They shut it down. You know, just blocked in front of the parked in front of the booths and the tow trucks would come over and tow them away, and another truck would pull in there and block it again. You know, they just didn't have enough tow trucks to move everybody, and they shut the toll road down. You know, because they were protesting the high fuel costs. And we still talk about that today. So 20, 30, 50 years from now, maybe they'll still be talking about the Convoy. I don't know. And people say, well, they went up there and they didn't do anything, like Mr. Retard said. He said, you know, you had the Convoy and everything, and you went up there and you didn't do anything. We're still talking about it. We're still doing stuff about it, you know. I'm not up in D.C. right now with Santa, but then I've got other things in my life I need to be doing right now, you know.
Well, you know, and there's something else that goes to that, Stan. You know, and it irritates me because these people that are like that, they thought that the truck drivers were going to be the frontline Marine Corps division that's going to go in there and just jerk those guys out of their offices and take over the government.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they tried. Somebody tried to do that on J6.
Like that, but
somebody tried to do that on J6, and it didn't work too well, did it?
On the delegations that went into the Senate meetings, to the Congress meetings, and you know, so we had meetings. You know, we got that convoy was sanctioned by the United States Senate.
Yeah.
When Ted Cruz and Ron Johnson and all and Rand Paul and all those guys had meetings with us. Okay. They sanctioned us by doing that.
Yeah.
And so what is it? That's where this walk movement is so important for me, is I saw a people's movement. I saw where the people wanted something that gave them hope. So these people that are saying, oh, they didn't achieve nothing. Bull. We achieved a lot. The fact of the matter is it's all about awareness and it's all about people. And we want, you know, that's what I want to do. I want to see this walk represents taking all those people and letting them know that it's not over. That was just the beginning. And we were not the Marine Corps. You know as well as I do. You take 100 cars and you get them all together with flags on, you have a big traffic jam. Okay? You take 100 trucks and you go in there and you have a spectacle.
Yeah.
And so that was the whole purpose, to get a spectacle. And then people opening their eyes and saying, okay, what can I do? Well, now we're in stage 2 of that, which is keep the movement growing, keep the people coming. Because I don't care where you are in the world, all history reports that when governments are overturned, it's by the people.
Yeah.
And so the people always are the power. And so that's where I'm looking to do this with this walk, is to bring more people to bear.
Yeah. I got a comment. I got a comment from Julianne. Julianne says, the convoy acted as the impetus that got things going. For that, we're eternally grateful. It is up to us, U.S., to keep it going. Well, there you go, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Spot on. Nail hammer is right on the head of the nail. You got it. It was the impetus to get people to recognize that there are others in this country that have hope, that we think the same way, that we all know that coming forward, what we're coming after now is just to gain the people. When we gain the people and we show the governments that, you know, hey, look, these government officials and these politicians, there's one thing that scares them more than their sponsors. They're big donors. Yeah. It's the people. When the people start getting together and all of their voices are being heard as a single loud voice, you have the equivalent to the walls of Jericho.
Yeah.
And that's what this walk is for.
Yeah, see, one of the worst things that happened on the Convoy, and I don't mean this in a not the worst thing, I shouldn't say it that way, but one of the negative things that happened on the Convoy, one of the things that no, yeah, there was a, hey, are you a professional protester? No, we're all amateurs at this, and you know it takes us a while to figure shit out. You know, so they made mistakes here and there, but right here there was. Let me see if I can find it again. I think it moved on.
You want to set that so it's straight up and down in the pot. There.
So many comments have come in. I got to scroll back so far to find that comment. Right here. Wendy Spears. Okay, it's Melissa Golden is making the comment, and she's talking back to Wendy Spears. It's my opinion, as well as others, but let's agree to disagree. Maybe one day we will find out where all the donations went, especially the money that was raised to pay for the rent, and that they never did. That's I got to be careful how I say this because I don't.
That was all the goal, wasn't it? The goal was there's nobody that even said that they raised any of that money,
right?
Other than than a little bit, and
yeah,
and one day, and this is as far as I'm concerned, obviously it's your channel here, but but one day the truth will be known, and the fact of the matter is that whatever money was raised, quote unquote, for the rent, even just the few days that was there with
the last few days at Hagerstown.
The last few days, that might have taken what was already collected, but who said that there was all that money even collected?
Okay, all right.
That was what the goal was, right?
Yeah, well, like the last week of the convoy, we were coming across to Ohio there, and Santa got on the radio and asked for $15,000 so that we would have a place to park at the place he was working on, which was down there where they're at now, at Bunker Hill. Okay, he was in negotiation with somebody, and they said, yeah, you can come down here to this Bunker Hill location, and it'll be $15,000 for a month. Okay. They never went to Bunker Hill. The convoy never went to Bunker Hill. Santa did later on, but the convoy never went to Bunker Hill. He asked for $15,000, and I know they got around $3,500. Is that that day in Ohio when I donated some money? Remember? Okay.
Yeah.
And it all added up, and some other people donated. I would imagine there's 3,800, 3,200, somewhere along in there was donated on the stage that evening. Okay. Whoever said that 15,000 ever got raised? I don't know, but I doubt that 15,000 actually got raised.
That was even raised.
Right.
And, what was paid, because all of the stuff out there at Hagerstown, that track was paid post.
Right, exactly. And see, people don't know that. The people, and the thing is, the people that keep bringing that shit up, they keep bringing it up trying to keep that shit stirred up because they're troll type people, and they want to stir the crap. They want to stir the crap up. Okay. The thing is, the 15,000 that was asked for, all I know is about 3,500 got raised that evening on the flatbed. Some of it, a large chunk of that was money I put in. Okay. That money got spent the very next day over in Pennsylvania getting fuel. The very next day that got spent for fuel. Okay.
And see, that's what people don't realize. And people are sitting there talking about their money, and I just say this, touch this, and then I gotta get ready to go. But
yeah.
They're talking about all that money. That convoy was 87 days. The very first 2 days of fuel purchases. Yeah. The very first 2 days was $185,000.
Yep.
Out of 87 days.
Yep.
So when you look at how much money was going out, I'll give you another one. The shower trailer that was there at Hagerstown the first time around.
Yeah.
That shower trailer cost $30,000.
Yeah. That's
a 3.5 week span.
Yeah.
Every time they came out, there were 30 toilets. Every time they came out to pump those toilets, it was $10,000 to pump those 30 toilets.
Yeah. Now,
and people sit there and say, "Oh my God, all that money!" The rent was $17,500 a week
at the racetrack.
So these trolls are out there talking about, oh, that $1.9 million. They don't even have a calculator, do they?
No.
All you got to do is take a calculator out and hit 87 days and talk about how just to fill one truck was over $1,000.
Yeah.
You went into Hagerstown with what? We had 250, 300 trucks and about 1,000 cars. And so do the math, quit being an idiot, and realize that money was well spent, was well documented, and when that audit comes out, there's a whole lot of people that are going to be going down the tube.
No,
because they are making it sound like there's some big.
No, because when the audit comes out, all the people that are sitting there naysaying all this shit, stirring stuff up, they'll just quietly disappear and nobody knows who the hell they are. They'll just disappear.
Yeah,
you know.
You're right.
They'll just
the lurkers and the trolls.
Right.
I'm talking about the big streamers that have been feeding this animal.
Oh yeah.
You know, they're going to have reputation issues when the truth comes out. These big streamers are going to have issues because they're stuck in first gear, Stan.
Yeah.
They need to figure out how to get their transmission out of first and then second gear, third gear, and so on.
Yeah.
And they just are feeding these trolls with all this BS because when it comes down to it, you've got, there was that one, I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to go there.
Yeah, please don't. All it'll do is stir more shit up.
It's so easy when you get so angry at something.
Yeah.
It's so easy to be able to sit there and just say, well, let's go down through the bullet point list, shall we?
Yeah. Now the ones that they ought to be upset with.
A lot of very, very smart people. All you have to do is pick up a damn calculator.
The people they ought to be upset with isn't the Convoy and people like Marcus or whatever. They shouldn't be upset with them. They should be upset with the asshole that owns that shower business. $30,000 for a freaking shower trailer. You talk about what do they call it when there's a hurricane and people are raising the prices of fresh water and things?
Yeah, that's gouging.
Gouging. That shower people, they were the ones gouging, But it was one of those things. Hey, we needed it, and
we had to go fill our own propane tanks.
Yeah.
For criminy sakes.
Yeah.
I mean, that was amazing. There was 4 7-gallon tanks, and they lasted a day. So over 3.5 weeks, we had to go and buy the propane to feed the shower. And then I took 2 showers there, okay?
Yeah.
2 showers, and they both come out ice cold.
Yeah.
In 14-degree weather.
Yeah.
We would have been better off going up to that pilot station and paying them bulk to have people just go there and turn in a ticket and take a shower.
Yeah.
We would have actually saved money for the Convoy.
Yeah. Yeah. But you didn't know that at the time.
That's right.
Hindsight. It's easy to Monday morning quarterback. It really is. Anyway, enough of that. You got to get to going. I got to get busy working on the bus and everything. So good enough.
Yeah.
But we'll keep in touch with you and everything. We'll
I
keep.
appreciate you, Stan, and love you like a brother, man. So I appreciate everything you're doing too.
All right. Good enough. And no, you can't have my bus.
Oh man, that's one of the things that we're definitely going to need here in this walk. We're definitely going to need a shuttle.
Yep.
Because there's people that can't walk more than maybe a couple hundred yards.
Yeah.
But they want to walk.
Yeah.
And so the idea is to find a church or something along the pathway that would be able to take and shuttle walkers to the walk line
while you're in that area. Yeah, while you're in that area, and then pass it on to another.
And when the walkers get tired, they just go to the shuttle bus, and that bus just keeps advancing 1 mile at a time to pick up the walkers that can't make it.
Right.
And take them back to the base camp. So that's the goal. We get a good shuttle bus that that we've been looking for that since before I started walking. But ultimately, I want to see that because a lot of people want to walk. They just don't want to walk the mileage. They just want to come in, walk a few hundred miles. Well, maybe some a few hundred miles, but a few hundred yards maybe, and then walk. And we're designing a sticker called "I Walked with Gray Wolf."
Okay.
And the only way to get the sticker
is to walk.
With Gray Wolf.
There you go. Yep. There you go. Rent buses from the school districts. Right here. Yeah. Somebody, Devil Dog said, rent buses from the school bus contractor. Maybe.
Well, unlike a convoy, this walk has no money.
Right.
So everything we work on is donation.
Right. Yeah.
And so we don't have venues that we're going and paying for. We're not paying for no damn $30,000 for a freaking shower trailer. You know, so this, you know, there's the money that we collect. Of course, we've got the food that we're trying to put together. This is all donations that are coming in. People bringing out their own food and acting as a potluck, basically.
Right.
And saying, well, you know, I have this or I have that.
Right.
And other people that are coming in and bringing food from across the country, really, and filling the stock up. And
yeah.
so that's what we need. We need donations to make this walk work, especially when it's growing.
Right.
And so the bus needs to, you know, we're looking for a donation of time and donation of the bus. And you know, as it gets out there and more people start learning about it, more people start joining, then it's not going to be an issue to be able to rent.
Yeah, I feel it'll grow once you start getting over in more populated areas. You're just out in Nevada right now, and there's nobody out there, and it's just a miracle that you got somebody out in the middle of on Highway 50, the most desolate highway in the United States.
Yep.
It's built that way, right? It's built that way. And you got somebody to walk with you.
I'm looking at my bicentennial in 20 miles. We're going to be at the petroglyphs east of Austin. We're going to be at the petroglyph site. That is my bicentennial marker. That'll be Gray Wolf Walk 200 miles.
Oh, okay, bicentennial with mileage. Okay, got it. All right, cool. All right, well, go do what you're going to do, and I'm going to get back busy on the bus, and we'll talk to you somewhere down the line, okay?
You bet, buddy.
Adios.
And don't forget, if you do want to get in, you want to talk while I'm walking, just, you know, at North Star can set up, get you a link into the panel, and you can just come right into the panel if you want.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to have, you know, so while I'm walking, right now I'm talking to you through Starlink. We have a Starlink right now that's sitting on top of the Beechwood.
Yeah.
And so we've got full-on internet going on right now.
Good deal. All right.
And we're going to try and figure out a way to adapt that so that we can have it sitting back there, and so that I'm using the Starlink. So this is Starlink system. I'll just say this real quick, Stan, before we let Dave. Diego's got such a sense of humor. He says, you know, because Elon Musk and Star and SpaceX, they put up, 3 days ago, they put up a 46 train satellite launch. And Diego came out after the satellite launch and said, look at that, Elon Musk is now worried about whether or not Gray Wolf on his walk has got enough coverage. So he put up 46 satellites just to cover Gray Wolf.
Yep. I'm sure that's the motivation. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with it. So, all right.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Hey, I thank you so much. And thank your subscribers.
All right.
We'll talk to you later. I'm going to go ahead and get my shoes on, get ready to get down the other side of town and walk.
Very good. All right. Take care. Be good.
All right, buddy.
All right. Bye. Elon Musk put a bunch of satellites up so Gray Wolf would have internet. That's good. All right. I moved over to the other side of the chair over there. See, it's more, the wind's coming at this angle, so I moved over there to get out of the wind for you. So, move everything back. And I'm not going to bother going out the truck and doing all the things, because I'm not going to be much longer on the stream. So maybe another 10 or 15 minutes. I'm going to go in there and start working inside the bus to get my glasses. Where the glasses go? There they are. I'm going to get my glasses, and I'll get in there and show you what I've done since yesterday. I finished taking all the seats are all out there outside the door out on the patio. Those will eventually get trashed or thrown away or whatever. But as you can see, let's turn you around here. As you can see, all the rest of the seats are all gone, and the air conditioning ducts and everything are completely gone on this side. All right, they started way up here. Okay, it was this kind of a ducting system. Okay, nothing behind it, just hollow. Air would get forced out and then come down here and go through the vent out into the cabin. Okay, and there's one on this side I'm going to take down right while you guys watch, and there was another one over here. Okay, and here's brackets that was bolted to and everything. I still got to take those brackets off and pull those big old rivets out. Rivets are so much fun. Let's see, let's turn you around again. All right, so let's set you guys over in the corner. Stretch you all out. Put you about right in there. How's that? Y'all see good? There we go. All right. So what I'm doing, I've been taking the angle grinder and the drill. Let me come back over and grab you. Show what I've done here. All right, there's this little trim work. Let's turn it around so I can see the screen. Okay, there's this little trim work on the top and bottom, okay? And then this stuff here sits inside that groove, okay? Sits right inside that groove, and down in here sits in that groove. All right, what I gotta do is come out and drill out all these rivets. Well, what I was doing was getting a drill and just drilling through these rivets, and it just took forever to get through the damn things, and doing my bit and everything. So what I started doing here the last little bit, I get in here with a grinder and I grind most of it off, most of that rivet off. There's one right there that's not, I can't get the grinder in to get, the one on the top up there. All right, so what I do is I grind the rivet off for the most part, and then after it's ground off, I come in here, let's just do this one right here in front of you. That's one, okay. And I've had a couple hundred. All right, so that's what I'm doing, okay. Ground the majority of the rivet off, and then there's very little left to the rivet, and I can drill through the last of that somewhat easily and pop through there. And once I get the rivets all off, I'll take the sheet metal off. Then after that, I'm going to take the grinder, I'm going to take the hoses off the back, okay? Take the Freon hoses off the back, and then at the top, I'll grind at the top, and then that falls down and gives me access so I can get in with a reciprocating saw and saw the bolts on the back off, and the whole AC falls to the ground, okay? And I chunk it out there, and the video will be over. We'll come back tomorrow, okay? I'm gonna keep working on today, but today's stream will be over, all right? Okay, here's that rivet. I haven't ground on it at all, okay? And see how long it takes to go through. And I had to put a lot of force into that. So I'm rested up right now. After about 30 of those, my arms are they're like noodles. They hurt so bad trying to put all that pressure on there. I don't know, get off of there. So that's one rivet that wasn't drilled out, okay? Here's a rivet that has been drilled out. Not drilled out, but ground off the tip. And the problem with, they get hot. The problem with that one was, as soon as I started drilling, the rivet was spinning with it. It takes a while to get it out. As long as they don't spin, they drill out pretty easy. See, like that one didn't spin, it drilled out pretty quick. Oh, that one's easy. See, that one's spinning, so it's going to be a booger to get out. I got that one. So, is that all of them? Yep, that should be all of them. There you go. Now, some of these are bigger. You know, that was a real short one there. Some of them are about 8 foot long. One went from about right in here all the way up to here. And I got to looking at them yesterday, and I got to thinking, you know, those will make a pretty good little, could make a pretty nice little overhead cabinet. So what I'm thinking about doing is, I was real careful taking this one and the one up front, taking those out very carefully. So once I get my wall built about right in here, okay, there'll be a wall, gives me about 4 foot of garage space at the tail for the emergency hatch in the back. There'll be a door coming into a garage area to store stuff, okay? It'll be where the batteries will sit down here in the back corner. That's where my house batteries will sit. The water tanks will sit underneath here under both sides of the beds, okay? It's gonna be split beds, a bed on this side and a bed on that side. It gives us the most bed area with a hallway in the center still, okay? And Pam was wanting a king size bed. I said, there's just no way I can get a king size bed in here. You can get one in here, but then it's so close to the edge you can't walk around it anyway. So you gotta crawl in from the foot of the bed and crawl in. And then if I have a door to go to into the garage, I can't get to it. You open the door and you got to crawl across the bed to go through the door into the back and all that. And I thought it'd be so much better to just have twin beds. So it'd be just a single bed here and a single bed there, and a hallway in the center. And the hallway would be about 1 foot wide. But I got to think of these cabinet or these air vents things. If I cut a hole in them and make an access hole, those would make really nice little shelves to put stuff on. We can put doors on it later, you know, and pretty it all up. Put doors that hinge from the top and fold up against the top of the bus. And, but they don't line up quite right. So I have to take them off. Once we get the bed built and everything, I can cut them to fit and put them back up here and re-rivet them in, you know, after I've cleaned them all up. Because on the inside of these things, on the inside, vents are pretty dusty and dirty, you know, as you would think, you know, like air conditioning went through them over the years. And there's all kinds of, you know, nasty dirt and everything. So I want to clean that all up, and I want to paint everything. I don't want to have the shelf up here and not paint back here. Paint up here, but not back here. So I'm going to clean this all up, paint it, and then when we're done, put those back up in there and cut holes in them to make shelves. All right, so that's where we're going on that. So, all right, the big chore is getting this booger out of here. So, I don't know if I have to put you, I put you way back in the back. It stabilizes, because when I walk around, see what I'm saying? You wiggle quite a bit. But, all right. This is the drain. Now, air conditioners have moisture, you know. This is where the drain would go out, the water drain. Don't need it, so I'm just going to cut it off. Cut that out a little bit. There's a drain hose here too. Sit tight. That's one way, just hit it hard. You gotta be careful with this sheet metal. I don't slip and cut my hand on it. Sheet metal sharp now. It's the Freon line. That's one. That's two. This is sheet metal that came down here to protect the, like this one here sits right in here. And that's how the hoses ran down. They had this covers covered. It's just aluminum sheet metal. All right. Switch over to from a grinding wheel to a cutting wheel. That's the filter, little filter screen. All of that will be taken down to the recycle yard someday. 80% through that bolt. I don't want to cut all the way through because I still want support there. When I cut this one off, it'll swing, it'll break the rest of that bolt off and it'll fall to the ground. Watch my toes. Almost there. We are done. Sort of. I still got to put this trim off and everything. Man, all them wires came loose. So anyway, so there we go. I still got to drill all these rivets out and everything, but that's going to be a booger. Actually, I'm going to grind those off because there's a little plate here. As you can see, let's do this one here. I got light on it here. Turn you around so I can see what you're looking at. See this plate right here? That will protect the skin. So I can take a grinder and grind these off, and that plate will come off. Then I can just push the back of the rivet, push it on through on the inside, and then put another new rivets in to fill those holes up. Okay? Same with this one here. So I can grind all I want here and don't have to worry about hurting the skin because I got this plate right here that will protect it. So anyway, there you go. So that's what I've been doing, folks. Getting it close to, starting to get it gutted out. Decided what to do about the vent up here. The vent leaked, it was leaking right here in this area. I'm gonna take this off and pull this down and look inside. I should be able, from here, I should be able to see inside the fiberglass and see what it's looking like. I'm hoping it's okay. I'm hoping that water was coming in and dripping in here, but it wasn't going down in the wall. So look for mold and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully there's not. Pull that all out, and I'm just going to put a skin over the top of this one. Okay, on the outside, just get a piece of sheet metal, cut it, drill holes and pop rivet it in, seal it and everything, and just completely cover that up. And on the inside, cover it up too on the inside with sheet metal. All right, so that's what I'm going to do here, and put insulation in here, of course. That's what I'm going to do with this one. The back one, I think I'm going to leave in for now, and see how it works, because this one doesn't leak. Okay, and I can take this one out, or leave this one in, and at a later time, maybe next year or something like that, I can take this out, put some sheet metal in, and put a fantastic vent fan in here. So I think I'm just going to leave this one alone for now. So, all right, what else I'm going to do today after I get off the camera with you is this rubber mat needs to come up. And see all that trim all the way around there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever you're doing. It's going to be 200 screws I got to take out. Take all that out, okay? Up around here, around the wheel and everything. All this trim work here is running the water hoses for the heater. This is the heater down here. That's hot water coming from the engine, comes down through here, goes through the radiator, and air blows through it, and it heats the cab. Okay, got one here, and I got one back there. And I got to take all that out, take all that hosing out and everything. And what I'm wondering, let me shorten you up here, is underneath the bus. I was underneath there yesterday taking the seat belt out. The seat belt comes right up here. Seat belt comes up here and it goes right down to the floor, and there's a bolt holding it in. So I was taking that out, and while I was under here, I got to looking. Oh, I don't know if that's going to be too tall. Yeah, it probably is. But anyway, see these hoses? I'm going to lay on the ground. See these hoses coming? How am I going to do this? See these hoses that come? Here's the front wheel. I'm upside down. Orientation is wrong here. Okay, here's the front tire. Okay, come on. There's the front tire right in front of it here. There's these hoses come down, go to the front of the engine up here. Okay, under that. Doggone it. Can't keep the orientation right. All right, these hoses come there. These big green hoses right here. They come down, and there's that skid plate right over here. There's this skid plate underneath here on the other side. I bet there's a shutoff valve. So I'm going to try to see if there's a shutoff valve there. If that is, then I can cut these hoses right here and take all this stuff out. and that'll be maybe tomorrow or something. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, we'll get to that. We'll take all that out so I won't lose my antifreeze in the engine. Okay, and I see there's another hose right over there. I don't know where that's going to. I think that's probably going up to the dash heater, maybe. I don't know. So I get to do a little bit of investigating and figuring it all out. But that's one of the things when the guy told me, he said to put a brand new starter on. Well, there's the brand new starter right there. Okay, here's the power steering pump, I think, right there. Or no, that's the alternator. That's the air conditioning. That's the air conditioning compressor. So that's something that I can take off of the bus too someday. Not anything I'm going to worry about right now. But so anyway, yeah, that's what it looks like under here. Looks all rusty and everything, which it is a little bit, but up in there it's not too bad. There's some rust right here, but most of that is mud, dirt and mud. Yeah, red clay mud. You look back at the frame back here, see, it's not too bad. Not bad at all. And there's your steering, your Pitman arm going back to the your linkage going back to your steering. So there's the big horn. People ask me if I'm going to put my train horns on here. I think I'm going to worry. Not anything I'm going to worry about right now. So can't see. No, but can hear. Okay, his phone went crazy. Yeah, because I was turning it and all that. You probably can't see me at all right now. I don't know. But this cell phone is pretty good. If you hold it real still, the cell phone works pretty good. All right, I'm back here sitting in the chair, my brake chair. Can you paint the bus yellow? No, not painting the bus yellow. Can y'all see me? Yes or no? Apparently the video might have went out. I don't know. But apparently y'all can still hear me but can't see me. No, you can't see me. Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and shut the video off anyway, so we're good enough. Let's see here. All right, how's that? Come back yet? No? Black screen, video bad? Yeah. Video bad, sound good. Okay, all right, folks. I understand the screen's bad. I was underneath the bus, turning it every which way. I probably touched the screen. And once you zoom in on this, when it's on if it's on just a regular camera, it works. But when I'm on a live stream and I zoom in on it, when I zoom back out or whatever, it screws it up every time. So that's why I don't zoom in when I'm live streaming. Let's see, let me flip around to the other camera. Does that bring it back? I guess the forward facing camera. Oh, did I see the North Star? Did you see my comment about the naughty bots? It's not a live person posting those, it's a bot system. Okay, yeah, there you go. All right, nobody can see me anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and shut this off. But it's pretty sad that they got to get a computer to be assholes to you. You know, trolls. What are you going to do with them? And the thing is, not one of those trolls would ever come up to your face and say something like that to you. You know, not one of them. You know, they're chicken feces. Put it that way. So anyway, good enough, folks. Y'all be good. We'll see you tomorrow, and start tearing stuff apart. Okay, or continue tearing stuff apart. Y'all be good. We'll see y'all later. Adios.